Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Australia coverage of Australian Mixed Ultimate Championships Div 2. We are here in beautiful Nelson Bay. My name's Erin Healy and I'm here with Anna Stoddard.
G'day.
Today we have Sassafras versus Helix, the Canberra showdown.
Yeah, a bit of a derby.
The pool goes up.
Yeah, this is our quarter-final. Sassafras is picking up the disc. Looks like it's rolled out the back. Right, so it looks like we're just in match at the moment. Hudson's got a lot of the disc. Great catch by Stevenson. Hudson sends it wide. Out to Bar. Oh, and that's Deed by Spartos.
McManus with the disc now looking upfield. They're also working out of a vert stack. DeHoog sends it up the sideline to Monty. Oh, great bib, but she can't quite keep it in. Just sails out the side.
Yeah, so the wind's picked up a little bit from this morning, but still probably not enough to bother teams at this level. But it might play a little bit of a part if you have some floaty passes and the like. All right, we have Chris Stevens on the sideline. Out to Young. Looking for Stevenson, a quick dump pass. And Joyce back to Stevenson again. Hudson takes it and sends it long. Oh, and that's Deed again. Better read by the Helix player there. Oh wow.
A hand block right on the goal line, but will it be a foul?
No,
I think
Stevens
it was.
has said no. Bit of a strip.
So that'll be uncontested.
Yeah.
Helix keep the disc. Centres to McManus. Lots of cutting, not many options. They're over in the corner with Hatfield with the disc. Really cramming up that sideline to McManus. Looking for options. Monty's got it. Short ball at the moment. Oh, there's definitely hands on that. And they lose possession. That's a great block by Sassafras.
Bit of bobble in the wind. Back again, Stevenson with the disc. Well, struggling, I think, to get some movement in the end zone. See out wide. A floaty pass. Oh. It's taken, but a bit of contact on that.
That's a very big hit.
Yeah. Wigney did jump, but I think he came through the Helix player to get it.
Yeah, that's a pretty quick uncontest, I think. He knows that wasn't the best. Here it is again. Coming in from behind and taking pretty much everyone. Handy game advisor on the sideline. So I think they're just working out when it'll come back in. Monty with the disc now looking upfield. Not heaps of options. Sassafras doing a really good job of shutting them down. Oh, there's another one. That's a Callahan.
That's a Callahan.
That is huge. Oh, dear.
That's Wigney again. He's taken it this time cleanly, and that's a goal.
Oh, putting one on the board and in pretty impressive fashion. They're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's a hold for Sassafras. Wigney's actually one of the 3 boys on this team that's heading to Manila in December to play for Australia in the Under-20 Asia Oceanic Championships. So we're looking out for him to do some stuff this game.
Ooh, off to a great start here.
Yeah.
That's got to hurt.
Yeah, it wasn't clean play. Be interesting to see how these Canberra teams do with their defensive looks. You know, they obviously know each other better than most teams here.
Got some fans on the sideline.
Yeah, some children wandering onto the end zone. Want to be part of the action.
So we've heard that Sassafras has a lot of the youth and a lot of the a couple of older players, and then Helix have sort of the middle part of the Canberra Ultimate scene this mixed season. So there might be a couple of kids on the sideline. Liz Eadie, an absolute veteran of the Canberra Ultimate scene. And the disc goes up. We've got Helix on offense. A very good pull right into the middle of the end zone. McManus has to go to his knees to get it, but moving it quickly now. We've got Mella with the disc to McManus. O'Reilly looking for options. That's a nice break pass and a huge grab there by Mella. Lots of quick movement by this Helix side, just trying to work through this zone that Sassafras have put on. O'Reilly with the disc again, looking for longer options. We've got Tran, back to McManus. Trapped a little bit on the sideline, a nice big overhead flick. Oh, and that's just a cold drop. You hate to see it.
All right, Sassafras now looking for some quick movements. Liz Eadie passing off. She's got it back again. Flick up the line. Anita Beck. Back to Eadie. Working between themselves at the moment. Stenstrom takes it on the side. Joyce. Back to Eadie again. Throws it to Sanger. And there we go. Sanger, another one of the 3 boys on this team that are heading to Manila in December. So far, they've taken the goals. So that is a break for Sassafras, 2-0.
That zone seems to be working for them.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think the wind is particularly strong, but I've seen a lot of zones already today.
Yeah.
Playing well, they've been working.
There's that huge grab again from Mella. Yeah, Helix didn't look particularly stressed moving it right around in that handler space. I think they're happy to throw 100 passes to get it up there. They weren't really looking for any longer shots, but then just a cold drop.
See if Sassafras throws that zone back on again.
Yeah. As you said, the wind's not too much of a threat here, and I don't think it's particularly one way, so it's not really an upfield, downfield game.
Right. Sassafras up with the pull.
Will it sail out the side? Yes.
Just out.
So close. We've got DeHoog bringing it in. She's going to call a brick. And it looks like that zone is setting.
Helix has spotted a zone again. That's all right. I feel like Canberra teams more than most are pretty comfortable playing zone offense.
Hatfield with the disc. Goes for an overhead.
Cheeky.
Back to Monty. Moving it quite quickly now. Lose a few metres to get it to Hatfield, but opening up some space. Elects not to throw it to 2 in the middle. Oh, that's a great bit there by Monty, but just couldn't quite get it. Again, that Sassafras zone is really working for them.
Hudson on the sideline. Centred immediately to Stevenson. Quick movement from Sassafras.
Yeah, someone looked a little too free at the back of that stack there, and there's a pick.
All right, Young with the disc now. Stevenson busting up the line. Oh,
Hatfield gets a hand to it.
Hudson chases it, catches it further back than he would like. Still a good hold.
Got to catch those Ds, Mikey.
Yeah, struggling to find Catherine Hind. Got the disc on the other sideline now. Hudson working hard to get free for her. That's all right. Stevenson's got it. Has she? No, Monty gets the D.
There's a big block by Monty, and she streaks to the end zone. A very fast player, well known for her speed. Hatfield with the disc looking for options, and about 5 seconds later, he throws it to Monty, who gets it in the back corner.
There we go.
Helix are on the board.
Yeah, 2-1. That's a hold. Yeah, that's double happiness for Monty.
Here's that block again.
First one, Hudson grabs it. Second time, Monty comes through. Oof. And off she goes.
That's a big point for Monty. Pretty
Doesn't
happy
mind
with
it.
that.
All right, so Helix back on D. See if they throw a zone back at them or not. So it's pretty evenly matched at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of notable faces on both sides who have done some, been on some representative teams at the under-22s level. Max Stenstrom, who was recently coaching the under-24 Goannas.
Bit of a turfed pull. Edie coming up to pick it up now. Stenstrom busts up the line, but that's all right. Sanger's coming in for the fill. Yeah, back to Edie. She's carving up. Oh, she holsters it once, but not the second time. Stenstrom looking to catch. A great catch under pressure from McManus.
Put McManus on a poster.
Yeah, used his height. Got it easily in the end. That's a quick hold for Sassafras. My goodness, I'm going to struggle to say that name this whole stream. It's a bit of a mouthful.
So there's Liz with the big huck. Let's see it.
Yeah. Beautiful crossfield. Float into the wind. That's mine, thank you.
Yep. There was quite a bit of contact on some of the cutters in that last point. I think it'll be interesting to see how both these teams, who are probably friends, agree on the amount of contact that they're happy with.
Yeah, certainly. Has to be said at the start of the game for sure.
That wind picking up a little bit more, you can probably see on the players' shirts, coming mostly towards the camera, but pretty gusty.
Yeah. Not doing anything too major, perhaps just a bit more floaty than people would like sometimes. It has made a little bit of a difference. There's been some contested passes and some Ds already, but yeah, probably not going to stop anyone hucking it at this stage. And a big pull by Hudson. Is this one going to stay in this time?
Right. Oh, it'll be close.
Oops.
It's in.
Yeah, right in the corner.
DeHoog elects not to throw the centering pass immediately. Instead goes to Brown and back to DeHoog, who absolutely puts it to Foster. Can she get there? Not quite. A little bit overhead.
Too much angle, maybe.
She's quick, but not that quick.
All right, so Stevens comes now from the other end zone. Back again. Looks like we'll just be in match here. Big cut deep, it doesn't elect to take it. Just a dump. And just over the outstretched arms.
Possibly didn't see that player until it was a little bit too late. We've got
all right.
O'Reilly picking up the disc. Basically on the sideline, probably 5 metres out. Send it to the middle to DeHoog, who holsters a couple. Back to O'Reilly, losing a few metres, keeping possession. Not many options, but pops it into the end zone to Tran, but it's she just can't hold on to it.
Slip through the hands. Maybe a bit of excess sunscreen left over. All right. Young is heading. He's not been taken. Undercut instead. Hind instead. Looking for a dump throw. Bit pressured now. The Storkow's getting high. Gets it off. Hudson in the middle. Another quick throw to Young. Oh, and that's just missed.
Nicely intercepted, picked up by DeHoog. O'Reilly sends it to the end zone. We've got Hatfield underneath with double coverage.
Oh my
big layout,
goodness.
but he can't reel it in.
Hudson, that's a tip maybe. Just puts it out of reach. Got nothing, she says. What do I do? Hudson comes along eventually. Crossfield throw, lovely. And there's a pick called. Doesn't seem to affect that catch though, so probably just reset. Joyce with the disc. Yep, disc in. Got eyes for Hudson now. Up the line. That's all right. Joyce. Sorry. Hind has it covered. A huge arcing backhand throw, but it is intercepted by the Helix player.
We've got Hatfield with the disc, fakes a big one, fakes another big one, and then throws it in the end. I don't think that's going to stay in.
Arcs out. Not entirely sure who is throwing to there. Possibly O'Reilly.
Not heaps of options happening.
They weren't there when the disc got there, that's for sure.
Tough on a quick turn like that.
Yeah.
That last huck as well by Sassafras was at stall 8, so you can tell that the defensive pressure is pretty tough.
Hudson calls a timeout. Has been a fairly long point. Lots of turnovers from both sides.
Yeah, it seems like Helix are playing more of a poachy match style defense in contrast to Sassafras, who are throwing that zone. It seems to be working pretty well for them because I think they have quite a lot of experience.
Yeah.
But it'll just be based on those matchups, whether they can actually generate the blocks.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if Helix starts to work that out throughout the game, if that's the defensive look they keep putting on. Yeah, but right now, I think it's still pretty close. It's just a matter of executing when the options come.
Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of athleticism on Sassafras as quite a young team. A few players who are heading to Manila pretty soon. They're keen to just get out there and throw themselves around.
Yeah, and you've got the experience as well. The likes of Edie, Stenstrom just coming off a coaching campaign. It's a good mix, I think. Yeah, I think we're coming into the third game of the day now for these players, so, you know, probably a little bit gassed.
Yep, and it is hot out here.
It is quite humid.
The sun is beating down.
It's all right. Hudson's now got the disc. Helix has the opportunity to set up once Sassafras is finished. Disc in. And a pick immediately.
Very good.
You love to see it. That's all right. We'll try again.
Luckily,
Same
not another
move
one
again.
straight off the bat.
That's all right. This time, Young gets it, sends it. Oh, indeed, but it is caught by Joyce. Just outside the end zone line now. She sends it along, and Joyce for the goal.
That is very clean by Sam Joyce.
Yeah, that was her end of the point there.
O'Reilly was really breathing down her neck there, almost got the block, but very cool under pressure. She just plucked that one in.
Look at that. Quick up the line to Young. He decides to send it. Hats arcs a bit more than he thought.
That's an amazing play by Brown.
Yeah.
Almost
And
got
Joyce
that block.
says, thank you very much. I'll take that one. And if you don't mind, I'll also take the goal.
Oh, and the assist was her sister.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, her younger sister, Rachel Joyce, also on the team. Love to see that connection.
Yeah, a little bit of that sibling telepathy, perhaps. Right, so Sassafras now 4-1, up a couple of breaks. I think this is the time that Helix might start rethinking their strategy.
I know that when they've met in the past at ACT Championships just a few weeks ago, Sassafras came out with the win. So we'll see if history repeats or if Helix can pull something out.
Helix did just come off a universe point win as well.
Being told that's wrong. Helix won. I'm so sorry, Helix.
Whoops.
Oh, they never played. Great. Well, this is great commentary from me. McManus has the disc.
He does.
Looking for options. Sassafras with this zone again. Out to the side to 2 and back to Monty in the middle. Through the centre to Svardos, who has to keep his foot on the ground. Well done. To 2 in the middle. Lots of small ball here to McManus. Monty's got the disc and she shoots it long.
Oh, acres of space.
And there it is. There's the goal.
Straight into her hands.
Beautiful by Lim.
Yeah, so I was told, sorry, I should have. Yeah, they haven't met yet, so they're interested to see. But yeah, Helix just coming off a universe point win. Sassafras, on the other hand, had a fairly easy ride to the quarterfinals. So perhaps that's playing into it a little bit. Easier morning for Sassafras.
Yeah, Helix didn't look too stressed at all in that point. They were very happy working it around, and then that long shot was beautiful by Monty.
Perfect.
Often on the receiving end of those, but that was a lovely, lovely throw from her, and she's going to reward herself with the pull now.
Indeed.
Let's see if she can keep it in, as a lot of other people have not been able to do. There's the first whistle from the game advisor to give him a bit of a hurry along. Ashley O'Sullivan on that far sideline. Very experienced player, and he's here helping out in the green.
There's the second.
Love a passive-aggressive second whistle.
Signs up, let's go.
Hurry it up, Monty.
And off she throws.
Oh, that's a lovely pull.
Yeah, lands just by the sideline. Hudson picks up, looks to throw to Edie, gets some quick passes down the field. Back to Hudson. Lovely, back to Edie. Beck in the middle of the field. A lot of movement between the handlers at the moment, not quite getting many metres downfield. There we go. Further across to Edie, back to Beck. There we are. They're not really being challenged in their sideways throwing at the moment. Taking the throughs when they can. It's nice patience. Back to Hudson. And Wigney gets it. Gets a few metres up the sideline. A couple of mismatch marks here by Helix. Oh, and there we go.
The pressure by Hatfield was just enough to make the Sassafras player second guess it. Hatfield picks up the disc. A nice gainer to Tran. Up the sideline to Brown. Moving quickly now. Monty sends it. And that's a goal. That is Darcy Hatfield, younger brother of Mikey, who gets the block and gets the goal. That's double happiness for him.
That's a quintessential example of capitalising, I think. Quick D, and off we go. No messing around for the score. So that should be a break for Helix. Getting closer and closer to equal footing again.
It feels like either team is really in it. It seems like Sassafras may be having to work slightly harder, but they're currently ahead. But yeah, Helix just making it look really easy on those offensive points.
Yeah, I think Sassafras is back to just one break now. So hopefully Helix can use their momentum, keep on going, get it back on equal footing, get a few breaks up of their own.
So we've got Matthew Svardos with the pull.
There's the second whistle again. And up we go. Oh, Stenstrom misses it. He says, how about you? Stevens picks up the disc. Oh, and just a bit of an overthrow to Clark.
Helix are pumped on the sideline. They want this break.
Yeah.
We've got Angie too walking towards the disc. to the centre to McManus, looking for 2 again, but he shoots it deep instead. He's got Spartos going on double coverage. He goes for a greatest. And it's brought down! That's huge!
Hello! Wow. You're not going to see that every day, ladies and gentlemen.
Matthew Spartos.
A successful greatest attempt.
To Malcolm Gill. Oh, there's a call.
Oh, no. Don't ruin a good moment. That was beautiful.
Oh, you hate to see it. Let's watch it again. So here's the huck from McManus. A nice flick. Spartos goes up. We've got some people crowding around to have a look. Oh, it's good.
He's not touching
Looks
the ground
good
at all.
from here. Unbelievable stuff.
It's not. Okay, here we go. Once again,
There's the huck.
let's just triple check this.
Oh.
Oh, unfortunately, he's jumped from the line.
Yeah, the foot that he jumped off was on
Out.
the line
Yes.
pretty solidly.
In alternate, the line is out.
Oh,
That is such a shame. That was probably the most beautiful play of Frisbee I'm going to see all day.
yeah, I am very impressed by that. They're talking about it. We've got pretty definitive evidence here, but most of the players on the field haven't actually seen the stream. Max Stenstrom jogging back. I'm sure he had a best perspective from a good 50 metres away.
Well, a great play by Helix anyhow. It's not every day you see someone get so close to that. So we'll have Stevenson picking up the disc again for Sassafras' second chance at offense at this point. Gets an easy under to Gonzalez. Oh, a bit of a pressed catch there, but he gets it. Just on the line, they're really squeezing it there. Clark now throws it up, and McManus out. Oh, a foul is called.
Let's watch that again, shall we?
Possibly a little bit of contact on that D.
Ooh.
It's a bit hard to tell when you're both going really hard for the disc. Contact's coming from both players.
Yeah, that's a good matchup to be watching this game. Both have played for ANU at Unigames, who won last year in the men's division.
I think they took out bronze this year in the mixed. Really consistent performance.
Let's watch it one more time, shall we? Oh, it was neck and neck. It's really hard to tell, actually.
Tightly contested, which is always hard to say when those kinds of things happen.
Yeah.
I think we have a retracted call. So Helix will be back on offense. It's good spirit for the players.
Oh, no, it's a turn. Centres it to Lim and back to McManus. He's looking big, but no real options. A nice around, but can't be brought in by Sal.
Stevenson once again picking up from the sideline. Not the best place to initiate the disc, but I'm sure she's got the skills to do it.
O'Reilly,
a lovely break
open.
swing. Back to her on the sideline, and she sends it long again. Can Stenstrom get the better of this? No, it's gone a bit too far.
Helix looked pretty ready for that huck. There were two people in pretty close. You could see O'Reilly just hanging off in that open lane, trying to stop the up the line options, which was pretty effective. And we've got McManus walking it up. Looking for the big, he sends a forehand, double covered, but that's a big grab by Gill. Looking for options. Angie too in the area, but can't seem to get it to her. Across to O'Reilly instead, up the sideline to Lim. That's a huge grab by her. She goes to ground. She's about a metre out, looking for an option. Goes back to O'Reilly. And he sends a flick, and it's blocked.
My goodness. It's Young with the block. Don't mind it, he says. I'll go deep as well. That's floating. Helix players getting underneath as well, but Young outboxes them, and then he throws. There we go. Warlock in the end zone.
That's a big goal. That's really got to hurt for Helix, coming
Yeah.
so close.
Multiple times there. There was some great plays by both teams, actually. Very exciting point.
You can tell the energy at the moment is with Sassafras.
Yeah.
Helix looking a little low. They've got to really pick up and use this intensity.
Yeah. Helix are still, at this point, only one break ahead, so definitely not an insurmountable lead whatsoever. Look at that throw again. Huge block. Yeah, Young did well there to catch that. Bit under a bit of pressure. Casual bit of a backhand to the end zone. All right, Hudson now with the pull. Sassafras back on D. That one's got to stay in.
Nice low pull. O'Reilly fields it and sends it to DeHoog in the middle. To Hatfield on the side, looking for Monty, but can't get there. There's a big bid, but through to Tran.
Young again.
To O'Reilly, looking long. To Monty. This is looking very easy for Helix. Monty puts it, and that's a goal.
Easy as you like it.
Easy as that.
There we go. Too quick. Well, I guess the last one wasn't quick. But yeah.
Helix barely even noticed the defense there. They
Both
just
teams
couldn't
showing.
keep up.
Yeah. Once they've got it, they've got it. They can score pretty quickly. Got some good connections there. The wind's pretty much gone at this point.
And the sun behind a cloud, a nice little break for us all.
Yeah. A huge bid by Young there. Just past his outstretched fingertips, I think.
Yeah, definitely a
It'll
gutsy
be
look
ruining that
through the
one.
middle of the wall.
Yeah, hello. And a lovely throw by Monty. One and done.
So we've got Mikey Hatfield with the pull now.
There's that second whistle, and off we go. A low pull again. Can be fielded by Edie. Easy pass to the middle for the first throw. Back to Edie. Don't mind it, says Stevenson. She'll send a flick long. Sanger now. He's got the better read. He goes for the lay. A great bid, but just too far out in front.
There's a bit of that youth we were talking about, that athleticism. We've got DeHoog picking up the disc, walking it up to the front of the end zone.
Oh.
We've got a long cut, and she sends it to him. That's
D.
Darcy Hatfield has another goal.
Oh,
What a roller coaster. Rachel Joyce comes down with it.
3 attempts and she's got it. Now Stevenson in the middle of the field to Sanger. Into the middle to Edie. Back to Stevenson. Got some great flow here. Beck with the disc. And she sends it long to the end zone. Stenstrom, one hand. Thank you very much.
That's pretty nice. Stenstrom's going to be happy with that. And Rachel Joyce picking up the scraps.
My goodness.
About 6 people under that, just playing tips with it.
Yeah. Almost thought we were playing Macline there. Yeah, so scoring quickly now. Both offenses seem to have found their groove.
And perhaps the defenses, their wheels are falling off a little bit. Whatever both teams have been doing the last point or two really hasn't been working. Those have been really quick, easy scores. There it is again.
Oh, there she goes. Snatches it. Said, let me handle this.
Very impressive. Former Terror player.
I think the defensive intensity's just picked up a little bit as well. A lot of bids, which is good to see. Maybe our teams have just woken up after lunch, maybe.
Yeah, it certainly is quite a long tournament. Both teams have probably played about 6 games at this stage, so energy levels are probably a little bit low, but this is a big one. I'm sure they both really want to win this.
Hudson with the pull. That one's got a little more height on it.
Just to the front of the end zone, and they move it quickly. Got O'Reilly with the disc. Not many options at all to Mellor. Moving it up very slowly. Angie 2 in the middle. O'Reilly again, a real game maker for this team. We've got Tran in the centre, and now 2. Monty takes it quite low. Oof. Mellor with the disc. O'Reilly again. A longer shot to Lim. Does well to hold on to that. Monty just knocking on the door now, and she sends it down to Svardos.
Hudson and Young.
Beautiful.
Both went for it, but it went past them. Lovely throw.
Monty having a ripper game. She seems to be not far from the action at any given time, getting a lot of really good grabs through the centre. Here it is again, just putting it out into space. And there it is.
The gap finder. Well, we've been trading for a fair few points now. Helix holding on to that break from earlier in the game. Seems we've sort of worked out those early game jitters. In for a tight matchup, 6-5.
It's good to see both teams really working through their whole roster. Sassafras in particular, I've noticed most of their handlers, they normally have 2 or even 3 handlers back who are women at any given time.
It's good to see.
Yeah, a lot of players who aren't afraid to huck it, namely Edie. So we've got Hatfield again. Not too many bricks this game. Let's see if he can keep the streak going. And he does.
That's a wonderful pull. Joyce. Oh, wow. A great catch by Stevenson. Under pressure. Outstretched. Gets the easy reset to Beck. Sanger's on the far side. In some space. Back to Beck. Stevenson. Stenstrom just moving it around between the handlers. If they're giving them the throws, then why shouldn't they take them? Beck. Nice one-handed grab. Into the middle. See Stenstrom on the outside. And he sends it. Sanger's underneath it. Oh, and it's just dived a little bit, I think. Dropped a bit too fast.
Stenstrom not too happy with that one. He may rethink that option next time. It seemed like it was on.
Yeah, Sanger definitely had the better read. Couldn't quite hold on.
Yeah, speaking of that defensive intensity, McManus with a big bid down the other end. You can tell both teams really want to get these blocks and punch in a break. We've got Hatfield walking up with the disc. Nice early movement on the break and open side. He sends one deep to Monty, and she takes it in pretty easily. Rachel Joyce in the area. Not many options, but she puts it to the Hoog, who goes for a flick.
Oh my goodness.
Into the end zone, and he catches it with his shins. Why not? Whatever works. Results-based ultimate.
You're
doesn't
on
have
live
to be pretty.
stream, you may as well get creative.
There you go. That's a great grab, and now all of a sudden it's 6-6, all tied up at evens.
There we go. Coming close to halftime. And this game can go either way. The new Canberra Derby.
You can hear probably the sideline is very happy with that one. Let's watch it again. There's the hark to Monty. Too easy for her.
Lovely read. And then just the composure of a more experienced player and, you know, not having end zone eyes, looking back behind them. And then
look at that.
A wonderful catch.
Pointing up straight away.
Thank you, please. So a timeout has been called. Just give the players a bit of a break. So 2 new Canberra teams, 2 new uniforms. How do you feel about it, Erin?
Oh, look. I've spoken to some of the people on Sassafras and they're pretty pleased with themselves with the pastel stripes.
Yes.
Look, it's very hard to read the numbers.
It is. They could have been kinder to the commentators here.
I don't know. I like the shorts, but I think the top is a bit much. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
They can probably roast our uniform too. Helix is a class act, though.
Yeah.
I rate that.
A lovely first-generation Pokemon reference.
Oh.
The Helix fossil that you find in that big old cave, and, you know, out pops an Omanyte.
Love a good nerd team.
Yeah. It's, you know, very on brand for Frisbee, for Canberra Frisbee in general.
Very cool.
Yeah. Right, timeout over. We're back on the lines.
So we're going to have Helix coming out on defense. We'll see if they stick to their match or if they pull out something slightly different. Matthew Svardos with the pull. Hand up, he's ready. A tentative hand from Edie. And there goes the pull.
It's coming down quick. I'll catch it, no worries. Edie. Stevens. Edie back. Young back to Edie. Centres to Stevenson. Looks like we have a bit of a zone from Helix here. Stevens. Young comes in for a fill. Stevenson gets it right in the middle of the field. Hudson in space. Back to Edie. She's getting every second pass here. Back to Edie again. And she jumps it in for the goal. Too easy.
Yeah, Helix trying a slightly different look there. Some sort of zone. Quite loose, not with a cup like, say, a pommy.
No.
But just hunting that block.
Yeah, but they played through the middle when it was there. Threw out to the sides when they couldn't, and worked perfectly. They kept very well composed. Found the space. I'd call that zone pretty well broken on that point.
Yeah, it's tough to play a zone against a team with experience like Edie.
Yeah.
Getting every second pass, you can't do much about that.
No, indeed. Right, that brings us to 7-6. So if Sassafras breaks on this point, they will take the half. If not, we'll have ourselves a good old galaxy point.
My favourite ultimate term.
Yeah, more intense than universe in my opinion.
Oh, completely agree. And definitely a real thing.
Definitely a real thing.
Love it. Yep, so it's all hanging in the balance. And there's a big gust of wind.
There we go. It's arrived again. The sun's out. The wind's back.
Stenstrom with the disc. Let's see what he's got. A whole lot of hands up on the field. No mark.
Whistle's gone. That one's floating a little bit. In the end zone. It's a good pull.
Hatfield with the disc, fakes the big, not fooling anyone. O'Reilly in the centre, looking for options, not much happening. Back to Hatfield, to Monty in the middle, back to Hatfield. Not really gaining any metres here, but keeping possession. To Monty, looking for the gaps in this zone. Not much at all happening. Hatfield again. He sends a really nice one through the cup.
Oh, unfortunately.
There you go. Hope you caught that on the stream.
She's close to the mic when she said that.
Love that. Yeah, just an unfortunate drop there for McGrath.
Stenstrom gives a wave. He's on the sideline. Looking for a dump. Sanger up the line. Comes back, but it's backed up by Joyce. Out to Hind. He's not really being marked out on that far sideline. Sends a flick through the middle, but
big block.
Yeah, it runs through, attacks the disc just that little bit more.
Now we've got Brown with the disc, DeHoog in the centre, looking for options. Goes back to O'Reilly.
Oh, Wynn
Across
takes that.
Yeah,
gone.
probably not the throw that O'Reilly wanted there. Looking for Mikey Hatfield, but just sailed at least a metre over his head. That was never going to get caught.
Yeah. Found a pocket of the wind. Sanger now on the sideline. Oh, tries to flick it around extension, but not wide enough.
Saxon Brown with the block there. Back to Monty. To O'Reilly. To Hatfield on the side. Knocking on the door, right on the end zone line now. This is good defense by Sassafras because not many options. There's a flick to the break side and it's caught by Monty, but there seems to be some kind of call.
No one else was moving there.
I think they're talking about whether whatever it was affected. Seems like it didn't, and that's a goal.
So we have ourselves a Galaxy point.
Hell yeah.
The tension's rising. This is exactly what you want in a derby.
That was 2 blocks that Helix were able to get in that point, so they're working really hard defensively.
It is a real thing. Galaxy point is on the screen, everyone.
Wow.
Clearly they were prepared for that.
There it is. We'll watch it again, this nice through pass.
Oh, there's a drop by McGrath.
Very good. That's what we're all here for, isn't it, folks?
And a good D by the Helix player there. There's a lot of good plays at that point, actually. Everyone's wanting it. Gets tighter and tighter. Everyone ups their game. Ah, it's perfect. It's a perfectly weighted throw.
Yeah, great vision
Over
there
the defenders.
from Hatfield. Can't go too wrong throwing it to Monty.
All right, let's see what Helix does.
All right, let's go. Galaxy point.
Can
I
they
could not
get the
be more
break?
excited.
It's
Svartos with the
Yeah.
pull.
That's got some nice float on it. Comes down. Stevens picks it up off the ground to Stevenson. Joyce rips it. Oh, it just bounces off the hands.
So Helix get a
Behind.
go. Let's see if they can get a break
All right, here's the chance.
to take the half. McManus with the disc on the sideline. And Sassafras have put on a zone. Svartos in the centre, faking a lot, throwing nothing. A bit of boof on the mark. Back to McManus, back to Svartos. Not many options at all. 2 comes back, but not really in a
He
great
sees
spot.
the space.
Svartos wants it. And there's a hand block.
There's a D by Wigney, one of our young guns. All right, Joyce now on the sideline. She does an outside flick to Edie, but it's Deed. Is there a call? No.
There's a block. Svartos gets it back.
Clean.
Good from him. McManus picking it up.
Joyce on the mark.
Svartos is way deep.
And that's sort of thrown to no one.
Not really sure what happened there. Not what McManus wanted. Not really anywhere near a Helix player, but these things happen.
I think possibly to Gill, just went over him.
A lot
Stevens.
of wolf in the back of the stack.
To Joyce. Back to Edie in the middle of the field. Let's get this done, she says. And a hammer goes up. And it's caught one-handed
Oh, that was yummy.
by Wigney.
I love a good hammer,
Oh,
especially on a Galaxy
yeah,
point.
that's how you want to
This
win a
is
Galaxy point.
Everything I could ask for. This is what we love about
Absolutely.
Div 2. Oh,
Well, that's an exciting first half. There's nothing in it at the moment. Both teams getting turns, both teams pulling off some pretty great plays. So I think we'll leave you with the highlights for now, and we'll be back for the second half. Cool, and welcome back to the second half of what's turning out to be a tight, exciting game between these two new Canberra teams. Sassafras just coming out on top, although I believe they started on O, which means that Helix has the chance to level this again. Everything is clean. We start anew. Whoever wins this half wins the game.
Yeah, I'm bloody loving it. Hopefully we can have not only a galaxy point, but a universe point. Wouldn't that just be a dream come true
yes.
for us all?
Double happiness for the commentators, really.
Very good. Yes. So we've got the pool coming up now by Stenstrom. It's going to stay in, fielded by O'Reilly. Why catch it when it can land at your feet? DeHoog with the disc. Two in the middle. To DeHoog again, and O'Reilly. Happy to play short ball for the moment. Over to Mellor. Back to O'Reilly, out in front. Up the sideline now to Svardos. Fakes the up the line, doesn't take it. Back to O'Reilly, through the middle to McGrath. That's a great shot now. Not much happening in the stack at all. Has to go back to O'Reilly and across to two. Nice handler movement. There's a backhand up the sideline. Svardos puts it out in front of McGrath. Can she get there?
Oh!
That's a huge defensive bid there.
Angie Gonzalez.
McGrath can't quite reel it in.
Yeah, bit of pressure, I think. It's not nice to catch when someone's flying at you at the same time.
That was lovely flow by Helix, but just can't quite pull the trigger.
Stevenson now picking up. Stenstrom back with her handling. Coming out of a vert stack for Sassafras. Gonzalez, first pass. Quick dish to Stenstrom. Big outside throw. I'm not really sure who it's to. And it's turfed.
O'Reilly keen to get it moving quickly. Gives it to DeHoog, who goes across to Hatfield, who puts a nicely weighted throw out to Spardos, who keeps it in just. He sends a flick to the end zone, looking for two.
And Gonzalez again.
What an animal.
Not in my end zone, she says. Oh dear.
That's not what we wanted.
There was a call, but I think there's a bit of miscommunication there between the handlers. I think they'll see if that affected play or not.
Oh, that's all right. It happens to the best of us.
Does indeed.
We've got some game advisors circling. Just so keen to give that perspective. Unsure of what the call was.
I think possibly Stevenson saying that she heard the call and therefore didn't go for the catch. I don't know, but that's probably the only thing that I could see. And she said, no, it's a turn. The Helix have it back at their end zone.
Have a third go at the goal.
See if Gonzalez can get it again. Bit of redemption.
O'Reilly having a look. Not many options. Dumps it to Mella. And back to O'Reilly in the corner now. Oh, throw the hammer. Do it. O'Reilly, not much going on. Dumps again. Back to O'Reilly every second pass. To Spardos in that same spot again. He knows what he likes. Dumps back. I think there was a pick.
Yep. Pick before the throw.
Yep.
Goes back.
O'Reilly again with the disc. A little bit frantic in this end zone. No real good options. Let's see if they can clean it up and punch it in. There's a great cut by McGrath, but dumps instead to Mello. Just nothing happening
a little
up
bit
there.
static.
The defense is good. Back to O'Reilly, losing meters.
It's
Sends it to
Sanger.
Spardos in the same spot and can't do it.
Stenstrom. Lovely floaty pass. There's a bit of a D, but no. He's just hasn't let go. Wallach.
That was definitely the intimidation D.
Yeah.
I saw him breathing down his neck.
Bounced out of the hands and he took his hat off and said, what could have been.
DeHoog sends quite a floaty one to Hatfield.
Gonzalez tries to get in there. Bit of a height mismatch.
Hatfield with the disc, dumps it to DeHoog. Across to O'Reilly. Doesn't see anything he likes deep. To Mella. O'Reilly with the disc still. There's a flick into the end zone. Can Hatfield get it? No!
Young. Young to Stevenson. Out to Stenstrom. Wallach was going. Stenstrom tries, but no. It's just a dump back to Stevenson. Sanger holds on to it. Stevenson in the middle. Struggling to get in cuts at the moment. Passing between the handlers. Up the line to Stenstrom. And a big floaty throw out just past the hands of the defenders, but Bar.
Oh dear.
That was a great throw from Stenstrom, but it's just bounced out of Bar's hands.
Yeah, Stenstrom working really hard. Getting almost every second pass. And that seemed like a good option.
Yeah.
Just can't quite execute.
Beautifully crafted, bouncing over to Hoog. And she calls a timeout.
Unsurprising timeout there. It is hot. These players are tired.
Long first point after half.
Both teams have come out really wanting it.
Yeah. They've got things to prove, things to put on paper.
Yeah, this is huge bragging rights going back to Canberra.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Helix. I know Sassafras is undefeated at this point in the competition. I think this is probably for Sassafras their most difficult game to this point, which you'd hoped at the quarterfinals to be getting into some closer games. It's be interesting to see. Sometimes when you have an easy tournament, it's hard to get into the more tight games because you're not used to having to play to a certain level. But yeah, this is exciting.
Yep, Helix had one win on Universe this morning, so I'm sure they don't have a lot of mental grit left.
Perhaps it's made them more hungry. Let's not go to Universe again. Not good on the heart.
Oh, well, they already had a Galaxy Point, Anna.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much more intense than that.
It does not.
Oh,
indeed.
Poor Helix.
They are back out on O. It's theirs to score.
So DeHoog is going to be with the disc. They've got basically the whole field to work. They've set up in a bit of an isolation or a T-stack. So we've got most of the players on the right-hand side of the field with Svardos isolated in space. Makes a good cut and gets a little gainer, but he has to go to ground for it and can't pick it up.
Almost.
That was really trimming the grass before it even got to him,
Yep.
so that's a great bid from him. But
Sassafras now right in front of their end zone. Stevenson picking up. Marked by McGrath. Oh, that's a bit of a miscommunication, but it doesn't matter because Wallach has got it.
Wow, that really hurts for the defender.
Yep.
He thought he got there, and then it
did.
actually, I reckon it made it even easier for the
Probably
Sassafras
whacked
player
it back
to get
in.
it. Yeah.
Ah, he says, damn. What could have been?
Oh, let's watch it again.
Well, that
Sure.
is a break for Sassafras. 9-7.
They're on a bit of a roll. Oh, dear.
Oof.
Oh, well, that's showbiz.
Yeah, it is.
Catch your D's next time.
What makes the game so great?
Oh.
Those dizzying highs and harrowing lows.
So we've got 4 men on this point. The ABBA system keeping it equal at all times.
Yep, 50-50.
Bit of confusion, actually. I think we might have 4 women on
Yeah.
Helix.
It's been around for over 2 years now, I think, or just about 2 years. But, I mean, I can't really talk. I find it difficult to keep track of it the best of times.
Oh, it's tough. It's a mental challenge.
Yeah. Definitely need a clipboard of some sort.
Yeah.
Can't keep track of that in the head. Too much frisbee to be focusing on. We've sorted it out now, though, and Hudson hand up for the pull.
That's
It's
nice.
floating down, land in the end zone. Up, goes past him.
We got McManus in the middle with the disc. Looking for options. Got a good undercut from Liam, and he pays it.
Oh, but Edie with a fingertip. She was in front, had to reach around. Got it there. Edie now getting close to the end zone. She throws it in a round flick, and Hudson just snatches that from the sky.
Oh, that's tough.
McManus.
Heroic play from him. He
Yeah,
got way out, but I think just with that height mismatch, he didn't have a chance.
very nice grab by Hudson. And a great throw, great vision by Edie. Trusts her receiver. I'll pop that where only you can get it.
Here it is again.
Yeah.
That's the perfect throw. She got right down low for that flick.
McManus did well. Hudson faked him out a little bit, but he got back in time.
Yeah, Edie's been involved in almost all of Sassafras' goals.
Yeah.
I got some hot goss at halftime that the current game plan for Helix defensively is putting Monty on Edie to try and box her out of this game.
That's a matchup I would love to see.
Yeah, look, no offense, but it's not working yet.
Well, give him a bit of time.
Yeah. Can't wait to see what Monty does on this one. We've got both of them on the line again. Edie calling the shots. got a hand.
Wigney with the pull. Sends it pretty much the full length of the field. That's a lovely pull into the back of the end zone. They've got to play from there, and Sassafras are already down.
Dangerous. Any danger.
In his own.
2 with the disc, sending it to O'Reilly to DeHoog. Now just at the front of their end zone, they've made a few meters, but still scary territory. And they're quite boxed in now in the corner by this zone by Sassafras. Brown with the disc. Only pretty tough options.
Oh
Lots
my
of
goodness.
waving from this sideline, but that's a tough flick.
Pressured throw.
DeHoog to 2 in the middle. Not heaps happening. O'Reilly gets the disc and sends a big backhand to the middle to Svardos, and he's got a lot of players streaming. Back to Svardos. Chooses to holster it, probably wise. 2 with the disc. Monty calling for it in the end zone, but she doesn't throw it. Back to Angie. She's really pushing the play along. Very close and very big mark on her. Monty with the disc. Not many options, quite trapped now, but she sends a flick up the sideline to Svardos. That is clean.
Similar to the last goal, outside flick.
Yeah,
Floats
Sassafras
in.
didn't really have an answer for that. They all sort of looked at each other after that.
Yeah, they did well to keep them shut down, but as soon as they broke through, they well and truly broke through. Kept it moving, fast pace. Nice and easy in the end.
What do you reckon about their zone? Do you reckon it's working for them? Should they stick with it?
I mean, there was a pass up here that would have had to have been stall 8 or stall 9. So you think at that, you'd say that that's working, but yeah, I think if there is gaps, they have to close them, because certainly once they're found, Helix are capitalising. There we go, gender call again. Make sure we've got that right. We don't want a repeat of last live stream.
It's worked out well for Sassafras because they're putting Rachel Joyce, star of the show, on. She's known for some pretty good bids in her time, so we'll see if she can pull something out for us.
Loves a cheeky bid.
You can probably hear the wind, quite gusty.
It has returned. It's a bit indecisive today, doesn't know if it wants to be around or not. Maybe it's decided this is a good game to come and observe and influence. Stevenson fielding that pull perfectly to Stevens. Gonzalez out the side, gaining some meters to Clark. Out to Stevenson, low grab. Not much options, not much movement at all. Clark comes back for a dump. Stevenson up the line. And then a big floating flick. Wow. Joyce. Back to Stevenson. Middle to Clark. And that's a bit of a blading flick into the end zone, and it is got. That is sent up. And unfortunately, it's floated out the side for Helix. But to be fair, Sassafras now have the job to work it all the way back up the field again.
Yeah, it feels like a little bit of a waste there for Helix. Worked so hard to get the turn and then did not complete.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the wind might have got that flick a bit. McManus slapping it down. No, thank you. Stevens. Stevenson with a diving grab. Casual. Do this every day, don't you? Back out to Stevens. Looking for space upfield. Ah, Wallach goes up for a grab, but it just floats past him. Asking just a bit too much of the receiver there.
Gill in the area, he'll probably claim that as a block, as you would.
The pressure.
So coming up at about halfway for Helix, we've got McManus walking nice and slowly towards the disc, giving his team a little breather. He picks it up and sends it back to Hatfield behind him, losing a couple meters, back to McManus, and then through to McGrath.
Sassafras playing in a bit of a zone look.
Back to McManus. Nothing he likes upfield yet. Happy to just throw between the handlers. Up and over, looking for Claire Foster, but can't get there.
Angie Gonzalez is streaming deep, and she goes low to catch it, and it just drops between her knees.
It was too good to be true. She was too open. Oh, it's just ping pong at the moment, and Helix are back on offense after an errant throw.
And then there's another drop. Stevens picks it up. All right, Clark in the middle of the field. He sends it up high. Wallach, can he read this one? He has indeed.
Robbed Rachel Joyce in the process. Lovely work. Got to get that stat. I rate that.
All right, so Sassafras getting a bit more of a lead after half, 11-8.
These points feel like both teams are really in it, and they're fighting hard. I think there were about 3 turns in a minute.
Nothing really clean. There was a period where they both were scoring cleanly, but back to multiple turns.
Bit of grit.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I love a messy game.
Yep. Bit of Saturday afternoon tiredness, surely. Here it is. Nice.
Boom. Sorry, Rachel.
No. Not for you. So Helix get another shot at offense.
They do have to pick up their game. We're about 8 minutes from soft cap at the moment, so they can't let Sassafras get too much further ahead. Hope with time to get it back.
A lot of their players playing a lot of points in a row. We've got McManus who's barely subbed, same as Monty and Svardos and O'Reilly. They have a couple of subs on the sideline, but with those key players, they're keeping them working for today at least. DeHoog fields the pull and sends very tentative. Oh, dear.
Oh, and the pressure by Young, it just picked up by the wind, and O'Reilly can't hold on. So Hudson. Out to Wigney. Nice low stance by Wigney there. Oh, just out of the reach of Hine. She goes to ground. May as well get dirty.
So Two's got it in the centre of the field at about halfway. Goes to Svardos, and he puts a backhand out in front. O'Reilly, can he get there? Absolutely not.
Hudson elevates. That one's mine.
That's a huge block from him. Looks off Edie in the open space. Interesting choice.
Edie gets it in the end. Back to Hudson. Oh, and Monty gets an intercept and a quick goal.
Hannah Monty. There's that closing speed we were talking about for that block. And then the quick goal to O'Reilly.
Yep, just a shark lurking, baiting that throw. And then she comes in.
Bit of a tough point for O'Reilly. Couldn't quite get there a couple times, but then
that's all right.
Gets the goal anyway.
Vindicated in the end. Right, so Helix hold. It's 11-9. Hopefully they can get a bit of momentum off this, get a bit of a score run, get us to that much desired universe point.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, that one, Hudson got a great grab there.
Yeah, absolutely elevated. O'Reilly had no real chance.
And then
poor Sam
Joyce is just outrun by Monty, but let's be fair.
Probably didn't even see her coming.
At some point, we're all outrun by Monty.
We've all been there.
The pain is very commonly known.
Some sort of hold up, but here we go.
There we go. The whistle's gone. The pool's up. Stevens doesn't catch it. Lets it go over his head. And Helix come down for a quick tee. Stevenson now. Stenstrom. And off he goes. Beck under the disc, but she's misread it. It's gone a bit wide.
Dear, whole sideline screaming right, but possibly a little too late for her.
Eyes on the disc. Can't quite see where it's going.
Stenstrom not with a great percentage yet. Mikey Hatfield answers by
Yes,
harking to the end zone,
return.
looking for Lim. Can she get there?
No.
Oh dear.
Same thing, a bit wide. Hat's floated out.
Everyone's a little bit keen.
So Stenstrom, return serve. No, he's gone off. Not for me, not yet.
Let's get another hug,
Stevens.
please, Max.
Stevens in the corner. Exactly where you want to start your offense. In the corner. Stenstrom gets it.
Huck it again.
Beck's there.
And he does!
Second try. Can she read it? It's going right. She gets it this time. Not quite in the end zone. Looking to dump back to Edie. Does get it eventually. Edie now got eyes on the end zone. And she passes for a quick goal to Clark. There we go.
That is
If
good.
you fail, try again is clearly what's going through Stenstrom's head, and it eventually comes off.
Look, he got there.
He did.
Almost an identical throw. Faded in a similar fashion, but
Yeah.
luckily she was able to reel it in.
Yeah. Right. So, Sassafras maintaining their lead now.
Universe point looking a little more unlikely, but not impossible.
I'm still hopeful. I am an optimist.
Yep. Looks like there's a timeout.
Another timeout call. We've used a fair few this game. Fair enough. End of the day, it's hot.
Yeah, it feels like momentum is in Sassafras' favour at the moment. They're just punching it in where Helix can't quite seem to, which I'm sure would be frustrating for Helix because it does feel like they're really in those contests.
Yeah, definitely.
They're taking options that look good when they go up and then just not quite able to complete.
In the end, that's what is the difference between winning teams and losing teams is just...
Completions.
Yep.
It's just throwing and catching, folks.
Yep. Too easy. Everyone can do it.
And yet.
And yet.
A lot of hype on the sideline from Monty.
Yep.
That's what I want to hear.
For women.
Yeah, we've seen Monty get some pretty good blocks so far. She does quite a bit of poaching.
Doesn't mind a poach.
In the deep space because she probably knows she's quick enough to get her player if they go under.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cutting edge.
Wow. Hello, hello.
Behind the scenes.
Wireless filming. We're gone off the screen. Back to the game.
All right, 2 hands up.
There you go. Look at all that
Inception.
newfangled technology.
All right, Helix get a shot at O. See if they can make the margin a little bit smaller, keep themselves in this game. They've got to tighten
goes
up.
Big
It's
float.
got to be now, you could say.
It has got to be now.
Svardos gets the pull there in their end zone. Monty in the middle. Sent it to Gill on the outside. He's got to reach up to get it. McManus, quick movement to Svardos and back to McManus, gaining a few meters now on the run. Looks off Monty. Goes through the middle to Tran. Doesn't see anything she likes. Monty comes back and gets it and puts a flick to the
What's
end zone
that?
to Foster. And she takes it down easily.
Hello.
A bit of height there on Foster and the perfectly weighted throw that just went over Rachel Joyce's head.
That was a great throw from Monty. Showing she's very versatile. If you shut it down deep, well, fine, I'll just go throw the goals.
That's the first goal we've seen for Foster. That made it look very easy. Calm under pressure. Let's watch it again. Totally unmarked, actually, Monty, when she threw this.
I'll take it. Joyce goes up, but not quite in her favour, that disc. You know, it has just occurred to me. that considering Helix's mascot is a Pokemon, is their motto, gotta catch 'em all?
Oh, if it's not, they're idiots.
Well, it is now.
Oh, good.
And if it is now, I would like
Full credit.
compensation, please.
Yeah.
For
Wow.
that creative genius.
You've really done it.
Thank you.
Congrats on that. That's some content for you, Anna.
Yeah. Love a good meme. All right, Sassafras coming down on O. Helix have really got to get going if they want to take this to Universe.
Oh, we've been talking up Hannah Monty too much. She has just bricked it.
Woof.
Oh, dear.
You know what? It wasn't too far out.
Well, out
I've
is
seen
out.
I have seen
Brick
worse.
is brick.
Brick is brick.
She'll be on the
Edie
mark now.
taking the center of the field. Marked by Monty as she predicted. Oh. A foul on the mark, uncontested. Coming back in on 0. Edie's faking left and right. Oh, and she throws a bit further than Hudson can reach.
McManus picks it up and throws it to Monty, who then puts
Go,
it to the
Roberts.
end zone, making Saxon proud
Oh
work.
my goodness.
He toes the line, and that is an amazing goal.
Hello. That is how you get it to Universe Point, Helix. I'm liking your style.
Helix just punishing on that turn before Sassafras could even notice or put on any kind of defense. That was a goal.
Yeah.
Making a star out of Brown. That wasn't easy, but he did very well to reel that one in.
Outstretched. Well, it is past time cap, so I'm wondering if it's game to 13 at this point. In which case, Helix definitely are in a chance. Only one off.
And with this
Beautiful.
surge that they're probably having coming from behind, it
Yeah.
might be enough to get them over the line, keep them in it.
That momentum swing.
Helix having a little bit of trouble getting their players on the field.
We're
Mikey
all
Hatfield
tired here.
jogs out there looking confident.
All right. Sassafras. Pretty sure if they score this, that's the game.
Well, let's hope not, for excitement's sake.
For excitement's sake. For the viewers at home,
Exactly.
you know, they might not yet know the joy of a Galaxy Universe double.
Oh my
Let's
God.
give it to them, Helix.
Can't even imagine. That's a great pull by Spardos.
Stevens picks that up. Looks to center to Edie, but gets Young instead. That's up. Sanger's got it. Flick out. Stenstrom. Yes, please. What's he got here? A big arcing flick to Stevens.
Bumping that percentage up. That's a great completion from Stenstrom.
I don't know if that's the game or not. We're not really looking like we finished.
Doesn't look like it.
Have I misinterpreted the time cap here? Possibly.
That's all right. That's a good goal either way.
It was. Very nice flow from Sassafras there.
Max Stenstrom pretty pleased with himself, as you would be.
Yep, looks like we're still going. It was a good option.
Yep.
Stevens and acres of space.
He's a bit of a famous face around the ultimate scene, often behind the camera in the commentary booth. But now we get to roast him.
Exactly. Not much to roast, though. Doing
Oh.
a good job.
We will anyway.
Oh, yeah. How much say did he have in the uniform choice?
Oh, God. Yeah. We should find out who did that and
Yeah.
have words.
Yeah.
No, it's not that bad. They
No.
seem to like it.
No, I like the look. I just wish they had numbers on their shorts, so you know,
That's tough.
at this point, you know, I've memorized all their beautiful faces instead. It's probably the better way to do it.
Yep. All right, Helix back
Hudson.
on O.
With the pull.
Score is 13-11, Helix down. This feels like an important point for them.
Bit of a low pull. Fading before the end zone line.
Unsurprisingly, we have McManus picking it up, O'Reilly in the area. He has two, but takes it after a few seconds. She goes through the middle, but there's a block.
That was Barr, I think. Lucy Stevenson now with the disc, back to Young. Not much movement downfield. He's going to have to look for his dump, and Stevenson. Hudson in for the fill. Young with a great break for that. Out to Clark. Looking for the dump from Hudson. Jinx his player beautifully. Back to Clark, one-handed grab. He's looking for the end zone, can't find it. Stevenson gets it, but a pick was called.
Oh, that was very high stall when he threw that. So I think it'll probably be coming in quite high. He had just said 9. Coming in on 6.
Oh, okay.
So not much time to get this one off.
Look for the dump straight away. And he does. Stevenson clears out. Young comes in for the fill. That's great play. Clark. Still not quite in. Back to Young. Really struggling to make any movements down the field. Just moving it between those in the handling space. Hind sends it up. Hudson gets it just before the line. Young. And it's Faru.
And I think that's it. Yep, there's the shaking of hands.
That's it.
Oh, there you go. Sassafras come out with the win.
That was close. Not quite as close as we wanted it to be, but still a great game, a great new Canberra derby. Yeah, definitely some intensity in that game. Some great defensive bids. Some some long throws. Some not all successful. But yeah, looks like Sassafras will be progressing through to the semi-finals tomorrow.
How exciting! This is what we like.
Alti.tv